Morning, morning, morning. Good morning, morning, morning. Good afternoon. Wherever you are, morning, noon, evening. Hello. This is the Barbara Cox Show. Today I want to say that I exhibit awesomeness. Awesomeness. I'm always saying, wow, that's awesome. I'm always saying awesome. So I began to evaluate myself. I began to look at myself in the mirror and I began to think, God, what is it about my life that makes me awesome? And the Lord began to show me that because He dwells in me and because I hear His voice and I follow the instruction that He gives me, that makes me awesomeness. Because greatness is in me. So I take the word awesome and I take the word greatness and I come up with awesomeness. Because there's greatness in you today. So today, are you exhibiting awesomeness? Are you walking in the spirit that God has placed in you? You're going to exhibit one spirit or another. Either the spirit of God or the spirit of the world. The spirit of the adversary, the spirit of the enemy, the spirit of the devil, demonic spirits. But when you exhibit the spirit of God and when you operate from that spirit, then you begin to see how your life is so awesome. And today I want to live an awesomeness life. And I want to exhibit an awesomeness walk. I want to speak in an awesomeness way. I want to be awesomeness. So today, are you exhibiting awesomeness? I know it sounds kind of crazy, but hey, God said in His word that laughter is good medicine. So me saying the word awesomeness kind of makes me just chuckle. It makes me laugh. It makes me think, okay, all right, I can be awesomeness. So I'm going to go to work today and I'm going to tell my students that they are awesomeness. I'm always giving them a high five and I say, good job, awesome, great work. And so today I'm going to say awesomeness. I'm going to call out their name and I'm going to say awesomeness. So today give yourself a high five. Awesomeness. If you're carrying the Spirit of God and you're operating from it and you're hearing God's word and you're doing what God is telling you to do, you are awesome. God said you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Fearfully and wonderfully made. You are awesomeness. Stop telling yourself anything different. Stop telling yourself anything different than what God is saying. If God is saying you are fearfully and wonderfully made, then you should say the same thing. Say the same thing that God is saying about your life. He is basically saying that you are made with greatness, that He has taken the time to place you together and giving you something that's greater than just being a person that's just made out of all particles of the earth. You're made with such delicate, consuming time, patient, compassion. He created you. He designed you in His own image. That's awesomeness. To design you in His image, meaning that we are to exhibit the behaviors of Christ. We are to walk upright like Him. We're not supposed to be focused on this worldly stuff. I normally don't use the word stuff, but hey, this morning is a different message. He doesn't want us focused on things that are here in the now on this earth, but to focus on things above. Live your life focused on things above. And live your life in love, walking in love, being awesomeness. Today, are you exhibiting awesomeness? I'm grateful to God that I do feel that my life is awesomeness. I feel that there is nothing less in my life. I feel that there's nothing broken in my life. I feel that there's nothing missing in my life. And I'm a woman that, if I count the months, it's in between 8 or 9 months. And I've gone through a horrific thing in my life. To lose my husband, But even in the midst of that, I still feel that my life is made up into that spirit, that heartbeat of Christ. And I do hear him so strongly. I hear God so strongly. I hear him talking to me, and I talk to him. I may not spend as much time as I would love to in prayer, on my knees, on my face. But I spend a lot of time walking around my day just talking to God. I may not spend as much time as I would love to just sitting on the side of my bed with my Bible open and just studying the word after word, hour after hour after hour. But I do meditate on his word, and I do let it penetrate my heart. I do let it transform my mind to where it makes me walk upright. It makes me exhibit that awesomeness. So don't beat yourself up if you're not doing the length of time that you like to do in his words, or the length of time that you like to do in prayer. As long as you're communion with him, as long as you're communicating with him, as long as you're building a relationship with him, that's the most important thing. Don't focus on the how much, but how often that you talk to him. Just talk to him all the time. You can be in any state. You can be in a car. You can be in a plane. You can be in any parts of the world. You can be in any position. You can be laying down. You can be setting up. You can be walking. But you can talk to God no matter what. He does not say, I'm only listening to you if you're on your knees. He doesn't say, I'm only listening to you if you're laying on your face. I'm only listening to you if you're sitting still. That's not true. He's listening to you. He's talking to you. And then you have to hear him and keep moving in the direction that he has directed you. Direction comes from his instructions that he gives you. He instructs you. But first, he needs you to do one thing, and that is acknowledge him. So as you're talking to him, you're acknowledging him. You're acknowledging that he is the Lord of your life. You're acknowledging that he's the light of your world. You are acknowledging him, that he's your Savior. You're acknowledging him that he is the compass of your life. He is the anchor. You are acknowledging him. You are putting him in the midst of everything and before everything. You are saying, God, I know that I cannot do this without you. So I'm talking to you on this level, this one-on-one. I need that one-on-one time, just me and you. I know I'm at my job, but God, I'm talking to you. I still need you to tell me what to do. Tell me how to react with my coworkers. They talk bad about me. They mean, they're hateful, but I still got to show the love of Christ even on my job. God, I'm dealing with my children. I love my children. These are gifts you're giving me. God, show me how to raise up my children. How to give them to you, how to give them the word. Not to beat the word in them, but let me live the word. Let me be an example of you, so then they can see the Christ that's in me. That's awesomeness. So today, are you exhibiting awesomeness? Just means that you're exhibiting the Christ that's in you. You're going to carry one of the spirits, as I said earlier. You're going to carry the Spirit of God, or you going to carry that other spirit? But only the Spirit of God will you live an awesome life. Will you live a great life? Will you live an amazing life? You can use whatever adjective you want that describes greatness. Today you're going to live your life in a way that people can see the light of Christ as it illuminates through you. And that's awesomeness. That's awesomeness. Give yourself a high five. Give yourself a pat on the back. But whatever you do, know that you can't do this without Christ. You cannot live that awesomeness life. You cannot live that great life. You cannot live that amazing life. You cannot live that glorious life. You cannot live that wonderful life. You cannot live that everlasting life without Christ. There's no way, no how that you can live without the awesomeness of Christ. Do you want to live an awesomeness life? Exhibit the Spirit of God. Remember the Son that He sent, that died for you, so that you could live this awesomeness life. Don't do anything different than for what God is showing you. God is showing you how He loves you, how He adores you. He sent His Son so that you could live your life. Living your life on the amazing blessings that He has for you. And that's awesomeness. So today you are living a life of awesomeness. It's going to be a awesomeness day because you're hearing the voice of God today. Today I pray that you hear God more and more and more. And as you hear God more and more and more and more, you begin to respond to His voice. You begin to do the things that He has ordained you to do today. You don't live a life of hate, pain, frustration, anger, agony. You begin to live this awesome life. You begin to live a life of peace. You begin to get up in the morning, you pray and you talk to God. You get dressed, you go about your daily work, doing the works of God, declaring the works of God, receiving the blessings of God. And you begin to live an awesomeness life. Today you are exhibiting awesomeness as you give your life to Christ, as you begin to let your Savior speak into your life. You let Him direct you. You let Him show you the way. That's awesomeness. That's something that you'll never receive unless you receive God, unless you receive His Son, because you must receive Jesus Christ. And then you receive God. So today that awesomeness life comes through you receiving Jesus Christ as your personal Savior. And say Romans 10:9 tells you to receive God by believing in your heart and confessing with your mouth that He is Lord. And today you need to speak out of your mouth that you believe that He is Lord. That He is your Lord. And then you trust Him with your whole heart. And you no longer have to live a life that's less than anything other than awesomeness. You receive that life of Christ. And then your life is transformed from just a mediocre lifestyle. Living in lack, living in slack, living in sin. Now you're living a life that is awesomeness. Now you're living a life that is all about Christ. You are exhibiting awesomeness. You're exhibiting awesomeness. So I want to end this show by prophesying into your life, and then a prayer. For your life. I speak right now in the name of Jesus that you will no longer wake up in the morning feeling lost. I speak right now that you will live your life seeking God and feeling the amazing Spirit that moves freely through you as He gives you the spirit of peace, understanding, as He gives you wisdom. He gives you knowledge to know that He is God